This is a very short story. I walked home after hanging out with my friends when I got a snap from a girl I had a crush on. I opened it immediately, and what I saw, she was lying on the couch, but there was a creeper behind her. He had his head pressed up against the window. I told her, and I didn't hear back from her for a couple of days. She eventually told me that she looked around and screamed. The man ran off. She didn't know if the police caught him or not, but his face still gives me chills whenever I think about it.
Okay, I use Snapchat only because my friend used it. This all started one day. It was pretty normal. I walked home from school. I came inside and sat on my bed when I got a Snapchat notification. It said, "Your_next followed you." I already thought this was pretty cheesy and weird, but I didn't think much about it. But about a half an hour later, I got a notification from, you guessed it, the guy sent me a snap. I curiously opened it and I felt my heart skip a beat when I was trying to process what I was looking at. It was a slit wrist dripping blood. I then heard a noise outside my window. I freaked out and yelled for my dad. You went outside and you saw no one. The only thing you found was a smear of blood on my window.
I used Snapchat for many years, and after tonight I'm uninstalling this app. I was recently snapping a gorgeous girl. Her name was Becky. She had some of the same hobbies as me. She loved sports, video games, and alternative rock. She sounded amazing. About a week into our relationship, she asked to meet me in real life. I told her that sounded like a good idea. She told me she lived by a bar that was 4 blocks from my house. It would be a decent walk, but I didn't mind. Let's skip to the date, Friday night at 9 p.m. I began walking down a side street. I eventually get there, and I'm not gonna lie, this so-called building she lived in looked like no one had lived there in 30 years. I walked up to the door and knocked, thinking to myself, let's just forget about this and go home. The door opened and an old man who looked to be around his 60s came out and told me that he was Becky's uncle and told me to come inside. I told him that's okay, I can wait out here. But before I knew it, he grabbed me by the arm and started pulling me inside of this disgusting house. It smelled like fresh roadkill. I pulled my arm away from this creep and started running down the street. I reached my house out of breath and looked at my phone. I had a snap from Becky. It read, "You were lucky tonight."